All right, there we go. All right, guys, welcome. This is my first episode of my Sports Down South podcast. I'm rebranding myself for 2018. I was known as Mark My Words Gaming, but that's obviously not me anymore. And I will, and I got my guest here with me. Please introduce yourself.
All right, this is an opinionated brother. I do a little bit of everything. Primarily on my channel, I game. I play everything out there on Xbox, PlayStation, and even Nintendo Switch. So if you want to watch some gaming stuff, definitely hop over to my channel, subscribe, and show you boys some love. And then I do this little podcast thing, man, mostly NFL and NBA. So I will be forwarding all college football expertise to the homie Sports Down South, and let's do it.
All right, so really, just like what he said, I would just love to talk about college football like every single week. But after Monday, there's nothing really to talk about. I mean, I can give like a quick little because like if y'all don't know me, I'm a huge Tennessee Vols fan, born and raised in Tennessee, die hard Vols fan and all that. I would love to give y'all like an update on like recruiting and everything, but I'm pretty sure y'all really y'all don't care about that. But after Monday, I'm gonna be focusing on the NFL and the NBA news. Like like this was like cool like NBA news that came out this week and whatnot. But on this rundown, I'm gonna be really talking about what the games on Monday, uh, some NBA news regarding Isaiah Thomas coming back and him versus the Celtics, why he didn't play versus the Celtics, and should the Cavs worry about the Celtics if they end up getting the if they get the one seed in the East. And the NFL news is gonna be the big news outside of the Patriots, that statement ESPN put out about Gruden signing the largest contract in coaching history. So I'm going to go ahead and start off and get the college football out the way. So on Monday, if you did not watch, possibly I say, and me and my friends argue, this is like I say one of the best five bowl games within the last 10 years. If you didn't watch it, I would recommend you go on YouTube and look at the highlights of the Georgia and Oklahoma game. That game, I was glued to my TV on New Year's Day just watching it. You don't understand. So, so game start off and everything, and I'm just like, okay, Georgia, first possession, they didn't go down and score. Oklahoma scores, then Georgia scores, then Oklahoma scores again, then Georgia didn't score. Like, oh God, if they climb out like at least a 3 touchdown lead, they're gonna lose.
Hey,
But
your mic, bruh. You might want to turn that mic volume up.
my bad. Um,
Yeah, you good.
so with it with the game, I like I would say the turning point of the game was right before halftime when Georgia they just got done scoring and they ended up squibbing it. So what happened after that is they like how teams usually run like a quick play just to get like some extra yards, kick a field goal. Georgia managed to actually do that. So now what happened? They kick a field goal. They go down in the halftime, down by 14. I told one of my friends, if Georgia goes down, if Georgia goes down by 14 in halftime, they're gonna come back and win. And what happened in the second half? That's exactly what Georgia did. Kirby Smart, he's very smart, quote unquote. Well, no pun intended. Smart at this. Goes into halftime, adjusts the defense, and he knows how to get that team riled up ready. And end of the game, the fourth quarter was really exciting. So I think Georgia went down and scored. Oklahoma came back and scored. I think it was a tie game at that point. Then the next possession, Sony Michel running to the left. Someone from Oklahoma put their helmet on the ball, fumble. Oklahoma returns it. Georgia comes back and scores to send it to overtime. Now, overtime, this is where it got interesting. Now, for those who don't know, Baker Mayfield, who I can't stand, I don't like him. He's the Heisman winner, you know, arrogant. You know, he's been all over ESPN and all that, this, that, and the third. He didn't show up for media day and all this. And in the second half, they got so conservative in the second half, and Georgia started pressuring him. So the first overtime, I think Georgia field goal. So now Oklahoma's next possession, I'm like, okay, it's 4th and 1. I'm pretty sure in 4th and 1 with your Heisman winning quarterback in the backfield, you in your right mind would go for it. What does Oklahoma do? They kick a field goal. I'm like, why would you kick a field goal in that situation? So now, second overtime, Oklahoma gets the ball back because you switch possessions. They go for a 4th and 2 with your Heisman winning quarterback. Once again, you know, it's always a 50-50 chance. It's always 50-50 on 4th down. Go for a field goal. Georgia has one of the best special teams in the nation. Then next, I think it was 2 plays after, Sony Michel runs to the left and it's ball game. So now we got Georgia at Bama Clemson game. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. I didn't care for that game whatsoever because all my hype went to the Sugar Bowl. Went to the Rose Bowl. So I just give a score recap. Bama won 24-6. They held Clemson to I think under 150 total yards. But on Monday, it's the showdown. Me, I'm a Tennessee fan. I know I'm rivals of Alabama and Georgia. But when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, I cannot root for Alabama in any sport. I don't care what it is. I don't care. I do not care. I will never root for the state of Alabama. I don't care. Me?
So many people hate Alabama. I know they win all the
it is against Tennessee. It is against Tennessee rules. If you are a Vols fan, that's the number 1 rule on the top of the list. You do not root for Alabama under any circumstances.
I'm only rooting for Georgia because I want to see that white dude who keeps waking up all his neighbors with the loud horn. I'm the Georgia Bulls fan. That's what I want to see.
You don't understand. All these Bama fans that came out of nowhere in 10 years, dog, they was absolutely nothing before Saban got there. That whole thing was after Bear Bryant, pre-Saban, like 80s and 90s to mid 2000s, they was nothing.
What annoys me about that too is you see a lot of the young kids, Alabama fans.
It's the young ones. Yes. Y'all not even in middle school or high school. Y'all Bama fans.
Really? Bama for 5 years, man. What, since you was 6?
yeah. Like you're only 5. You've been a fan since you was born. Like, man, get out of here. But on Monday, this is gonna be the key for Georgia to win. If Jake from State Farm can make these key throws, because he's actually not a bad passer. If he can make these key throws, and Nick Chubb and Sony Michel, the best duo running back I've seen with my own eyes, outside of Darren McFadden and Felix Jones at Arkansas, if they can run, even if Chubb can run for $150 and Michel can give you 50, and they got a third running back, DeAndre Swift, who's pretty swift and quick. If he can do all that, I see Georgia winning this game. It's going to be 27-24 Georgia. That's who I got winning. Who do you think? I know you ain't the college football guy. Just give me a score prediction.
I'm rooting for Georgia, but what I did like from that Georgia game is they kept it pushing. I like teams that don't get conservative, and no matter if they're up or down, they keep putting their foot on the pedal. And I watched a little bit of the end of Georgia, and it just seemed like that running game can't be stopped. Honestly, so. Alabama, don't they always have a good front four? They always have a good
they always have a good front four.
Have a good run defense. So I'm like that run defense against that running game of Georgia. But I feel like Georgia's got running backs that I'm looking forward to seeing in the NFL, and I want to see them show it on the big stage. I want Georgia to win. I'm tired of hearing about Alabama. I think I just hate Alabama because I see all these fake fans liking Alabama.
Yeah, I didn't have to grow up with all that and what. Yeah, I hate them. But moving on from that, well, kind of. Well, moving on from the game, some college prospects said that they're coming out, joining the draft. The latest being Lamar Jackson.
I saw the letter to the fans that he put on Twitter.
Yeah. Now I'm kind of depressed because I wanted Lamar to stay another year, just so he can win the Heisman again. He should have won it this year, but we're not going to get it. So I think just this week, since Tuesday, who all came out? Darnold, Rosen, Saquon, Barkley at Penn State, Joshua Jackson at Iowa, and Lamar. Out of those five, who do you think will have the best NFL career?
I think, well, I'm going to answer. I think I can't speak to a career because injuries are so iffy like that, but who's going to have the biggest impact now? I think you put Barkley on a team right now, that dude's going to ball out. Like, rookie running backs have been having a tear lately in the NFL. Now, what they do past their rookie year, no one can say, but rookie running backs in the last 5 years have been balling out. Look at when Todd Gurley, his rookie season. Look at Amara this year, Christian McCaffrey this year. I feel like Christian McCaffrey had a good year with that offense that he was on. He did the best he could do on that offense. Nobody could really run in the Panthers, O-line. So you have Fournette coming out. I just think Barkley can come in and play for the team like the Browns or the Giants and make a good impact right now. Out of all the players,
I hope he don't get drafted to one of those two.
I just feel like the quarterbacks that are coming out, I just feel like they're not really ready for what this NFL is about to bring to them from what I've seen out of them.
And I say this, Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback coming out of this class. If you think I'm lying, go watch his highlights.
Actually, I like Lamar Jackson. I just think people hate on him because they think he's slim and they think he runs too much, which will get you in trouble.
He's like 6'3", 220.
That's not that heavy for 6'3". Look at his legs. That dude's legs look like little paper clips. Yeah. I'm just saying he ain't got no meat on the legs, and that's where people going for first.
I mean, if you can, you got to think about it because last year he played when he won the Heisman. They played more of a spread and up in an up-tempo offense. This year, Petrino was like, all right, we're gonna go pro style and all this. He had better numbers this year than what he had last year.
Yeah, I like the dude. I think a lot of people are hating on him just because they hate seeing him run so much, and that's a bad thing about college football. It's like these quarterbacks who are forced into situations where they have to run frequently and they have a high success at doing it. They don't give them no credit for throwing the ball, and you're gonna see like Russell Wilson. A lot of people hated on him, but guess how he make plays? He make plays by
his legs.
And on the defense, they're so afraid that he's going to run the ball that they play that, and then he guns on him. And that's what Lamar Jackson, I feel like he can do. Deshaun Watson, even in his little time playing in the NFL, he was running the ball all day, and then people would crowd the box, and he would just gun it deep. Like that's what I think people are going to sleep on Lamar Jackson and let him get to the right team because he's going to end up like Deshaun Watson and slip into the perfect situation, and it's going to work out for him. I'll be curious to see who picks up on him. I think Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville. To a team like Jacksonville and it's
Miami.
It'd be a wrap. I think it'd be nice. I think he'd fit perfectly in Miami or Jacksonville. Let him go to
even if he somehow slips to the Vikings, because I don't really see Keenum. Keenum.
Because they still got Bradford there, Bridgewater, and Keenum.
God, oh my Lord, you really trust in Bradford with a torn ACL every other year?
Well, they still have Bridgewater.
He ain't played in almost 2 years.
I understand that, but I just think that Miami and Jacksonville are the prime locations for that dude. You got the Niners, they already Baltimore. Yeah, matter of fact, good job. Hey, kid. Hey, Baltimore. Definitely. Hey, guess where Tyrod Taylor started? Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore.
Let him go to Baltimore.
Yeah, I see that. But all right, leaving that now. The NBA, switch it to the NBA.
Yes.
So I'm a huge NBA fan. Me and Kid, we argue a lot about the NBA. He got. I'll go ahead and throw this out. He got happy because Giannis has more votes than LeBron, only by 7,000.
Which is unforgivable. Just like LeBron not winning the MVP a couple
every single year, but that's something else.
Yep.
But I think it's like two big news things this week. One, the return of Isaiah Thomas, because I did watch that game.
Yep.
And he looked good. So if you don't know, Isaiah Thomas has been out. Anyway, Kid. So Isaiah Thomas has been out. What, 7 months?
He's been out ever since what, the first round
of the playoffs
last year?
Yeah. So about
that's longer.
7 months.
It's been about
8 months.
Yep.
Yeah, about so he's been out 8 months with a hip injury. Now, that whole trade with Kyrie, I was kind of surprised that they actually pulled that off for one.
Yeah, exactly.
So, he's been rehabbing and everything, and I follow him on Instagram and everything, and I'm following him, and like he has like the hashtag that slow grind, and with him like recovering everything. So Tuesday he made his NBA debut against the Trailblazers, and he looked pretty good.
He did.
He had 17 points and 3 assists in like 15 minutes.
He came out in the first quarter gunning. He was just going to the rack. And that's the mentality Cleveland did not have with when LeBron doesn't have the ball. I mean, Kyrie, yeah, he'll do it, but I just feel like they picked up so many pieces.
I'm gonna get on Kyrie.
Yeah, I feel like they picked up so many pieces to validate getting rid of Kyrie that I think Isaiah Thomas is going to be a nice little fit. I just think he should play off the bench, to be honest. I feel like when LeBron's tired, and needs a little bit of rest, you can let the ball go through Isaiah Thomas, and that dude can score buckets, and put him in with Crowder, put him in with, J.R. Smith, put him in with Kyle Korver, and just let's see that lineup while LeBron has 5-10 minutes to rest.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're talking about. So like, instead of having LeBron run with that second unit, Isaiah
Thomas run with the second unit. He's proven in the Celtics with freaking Al Horford, with Jay Crowder, with Avery Bradley, with Marcus Smart, playing with those types of guys in the first unit. He could do that with the second unit and dominate that second unit, and then LeBron comes back in, and they could still run off each other.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting how. And plus, you still gotta remember, D Rose ain't even came back yet. Man, I was watching that Boston and Cleveland game, and D Rose in street clothes. I'm like, boy, if you don't step back,
I feel like Isaiah Thomas purposely did not want to play against the Celtics yet. He wants to be 100% when he plays the Celtics. You know why? Because he wants to show them what they missed out on. He wants to prove them wrong.
He wants to make Danny Ainge
dog Kyrie. Yeah, he wants to dog Kyrie. I honestly think, and I don't think Kyrie can guard him. Now, do I think Isaiah Thomas can guard Kyrie? Heck no.
Absolutely not.
But I just think Isaiah wants to go at Kyrie, and I think they're saving it for the playoffs. I think they're saving Isaiah Thomas for the playoffs.
I think they meet again in March, in Boston.
I honestly think he might sit out that game.
I don't think he.
It's a mind game. It's a mind game. It's a mind game. I don't respect you. I don't respect you. Like, I don't respect how y'all did me. My sister died and I played for y'all. I just think that was more of a mind game than anything.
Okay, yeah. Kid said that they meet up in February.
Yeah, and he's not going to be 100%. I don't think he starts really getting consistent run until March, April.
Hey, talk about the Patriots piece. I'll be back real quick.
All right. Well, so an article came out about the New England Patriots, about a rift that's been going on between Bill Belichick and the front office, which I include Tom Brady in the front office because it seems like he's got more pull over the team than Bill Belichick at this point. But so Bill Belichick wanted to keep Jimmy Garoppolo. He did not want to trade Jimmy G during the season, and he was hoping to, move forward with Jimmy G as the starting quarterback starting next season. But it came down from front office, and it seems like, according to the report, Tom Brady was having.
All right, I'm back. My fault.
Tom Brady was having some issues with Jimmy G kind of taking over for him, and Tom Brady thinks in himself that with that, messed up noodle of an arm, that he can go 3, 4, 5 more years as a starting quarterback with the New England Patriots. So I think he felt some type of way, and according to the report, he went to Robert Kraft, and Robert Kraft initiated the trade for Jimmy Garoppolo, against Bill Belichick's wishes. So I'm gonna let you roll with that. And how do you feel? Do you think there's something to this story, or do you think it's a bunch of smoke just to kind of throw out a news article on the Patriots for playoff time?
I'm kind of 50-50 about it. I want to say, because I mean, when you downplay a reporter's article, it kind of brings a bad name to the journalism industry. But I mean, with them three arguing, because obviously they've been together 20 years, of course some arguments is gonna happen. Like everything that happened, taking, I guess, is Brady's business partner, really. Like I guess is what you can call him, Alex Guerrero. I guess you can call him his business partner. Like he's the one that gets Brady like the eat better and live better and tell him to buy this and buy that certain matches, to sleep better at night and buy this certain fruit from another country and all that. And I like I said, I'm just 50-50 on this. Like I wanna believe what they put out, but it's also like I feel like they did it because it's the Patriots. Like obviously everybody hates the Patriots. Patriot and a few other people, but everybody hates the Patriots. So they're like, all right, what story can we possibly come up with to make it sound somewhat real, put a little twist on it, and make it seem like they just completely hate each other. And now they're like, oh, is Belichick gonna come back next year? And Brady, like, shit, his last year.
Mike's turning out again.
Me personally, I don't think they should have traded Jimmy G, but I mean, like, who are they gonna get in the draft of free agency? Because like you want a young quarterback for that just in case situation. Like you
have a young, proven quarterback. He's won games with the Patriots. He's proven.
Yeah, like like knock on wood. Like I don't wish injury upon anybody, but it's like let's say like if like Brady went down in like next week's divisional game against the Titans and Chiefs, then what? Who you gonna rely on?
You saw how fast life came at Peyton Manning. Life came at him fast. When his arm went noodle, Peyton Manning, when his arm went noodle, it went noodle. He could not throw more than 5 yards. And Brady has shown that multiple times this season that he doesn't have
especially in December. He plays terrible. He's starting to play terrible in
the cold weather on that shoulder. The cold on the shoulder? Come on, man.
Yeah. He got I think it's like 6 touchdowns and 5 picks, something like that.
Man, it's terrible.
In December?
It's terrible.
Yeah, that's terrible. Like I said, I kind of see it being as just a stunt to try to get the Patriots off their game and all that.
Well, this isn't the first report of a rift between Bill Belichick and somebody in Brady's camp. Like he did kick out dude, Tom Brady's business partner / fitness guru. He kicked him out earlier this season. Like he wasn't having it, and nothing came out to say what the dude deserved to be. Why did he deserve to be kicked out? It was just like Bill Belichick said, "Seats taken, bruh. Like you ain't sitting on these planes, you ain't on these buses, you ain't on my sideline. We don't want you around the team facility. Period."
I think it was like he had his own office within Gillette Stadium. It was like, we need to give up. Yeah, nope.
And hey, I guess that was Bill Belichick's kind of win out of the losses. I mean, he lost Jimmy G, which I honestly thought he wanted. He lost Jimmy G. And he got rid of the freaking guru. I mean, we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it plays out. I think if there's any truth to the rumors, then I don't see Bill Belichick feeling comfortable enough coaching this team if he doesn't have the reins like he wants to. I just don't see Bill Belichick because guess what? If the team loses, they're gonna blame Bill Belichick. They ain't gonna blame Brady.
Yeah, I don't.
And Bill Belichick ain't taking the blame for nobody. Even on a Spygate, he wasn't taking the blame.
Oh, of course not. If you the head coach, you ain't. No, I ain't trying to lose my job. No,
I ain't taking the blame for no deflated balls. No spying on other teams. No
taking the other team playbook. I ain't taking.
Yeah, exactly. I ain't taking the blame for nothing. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it's gonna be interesting. I think it's an interesting article. But I feel like they need to stop with these articles where they say sources say. Man, put a name to it.
Oh my goodness, sources say. Oh my lord.
Yeah, and that's how Chris Broussard got kicked out of ESPN.
Oh my goodness. So Chris Broussard.
Stop saying sources like that's a person's name. Like, oh, let me see. Brian Sources. Nah, you need to come up with a name. I want a name and a face to what you're talking about, or else don't say it. That's how you end all this.
I think the pinnacle of him getting fired from ESPN, it was last season.
Yep.
This man said it was something. It was when Devin Booker
he said he took photos. I think he said he took photos and he posted them and said he took them when he stole the photos from somebody else.
It was when Devin Booker dropped 70 on the Celtics. And I think he was like Avery Bradley, he didn't make, I think it was like all defensive first team because Devin Booker dropped 70 on him. Avery Bradley didn't play that game.
Oh.
So I'm like, bruh, how you gonna say he don't deserve all defensive first team because somebody dropped 70?
Yeah, Chris Broussard made his career talking about LeBron. He should have just stuck to talking about LeBron.
Yeah.
You see Chris
that's the easiest way to make a career.
Chris Weinhorst or whatever, he made his whole career off LeBron. He followed him into the sunset.
Yeah. And now he has a job at ESPN.
Exactly.
Just talking about LeBron. That's the life. But back to the NFL. Today, the other big news, and it kind of saddens me to like hear this. To hear him coming back to coaching before the wrong team. John Gruden has finally decided to step out of the ESPN Monday Night booth, which I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna miss them like off season with the quarterbacks, doing the quarterback camps and breaking down film and all that. I'm gonna miss it.
That was cute. That was cute to watch.
Especially one with Andrew Luck and the Spider 2-Wide Banana. That was greatness.
Yeah.
John Gruden has came back to coach the Oakland, soon to be Las Vegas Raiders. Now, here's the funny part: the amount of money that the Oakland Raiders throw at him.
Man, there's not much I wouldn't do. You throw out $100 million at me.
They gave him. This is the largest contract in any sport for any coach.
Man,
how do you give a coach 10 years, $100 million?
They got to have something to go to Vegas with. They got to have something to go to Vegas with.
I understand that. But $100 million? I would do that for $20 million.
Yeah.
4 years. They gave this man. No, I wonder in Mark Davis's mind, God bless Al Davis's soul. What was he thinking? Does he really think Gruden can coach for 10 years?
Man,
what do you think about this?
Hey, John Gruden has been known to take a lot of teams to the promised land that are already built, so he doesn't have to do much. I think I was talking to my dad, diehard Raider fan, man, about it. He said he doesn't like it because Gruden doesn't build nothing, but at the same time, he doesn't got to build anything right now. He's got a good young defensive core. He's got a Amari Cooper with Marshawn Lynch, with Derek Carr at the helm. He's got a good offensive. I mean, this was a down year for Derek Carr. It was bad. Didn't look
very
good.
down year.
Didn't look good for Derek Carr at all. And I don't know, I don't know what to put the blame on. Is it just him? He made a lot of bad throws. He digressed. But can the QB coach John Gruden come out of the woodworks and make Derek Carr help him be where he needs to be? They need some wide receiver help. I'm not gonna lie, because they get rid of Michael Crabtree, who led their team in touchdowns, I think, the last 2 years. They need some wide receiver help. They need to move. T.Y. Hilton's going to be a free agent. I think he'd be good with them. Play him in the slot and then have another outside guy come in the draft. They're going to be nice if they get something like that. Allen Robinson's available as a free agent. So I honestly think having John Gruden as your coach will bring a lot of free agents in. Also, I think it's the return of that type of behavior that the Raiders are used to. They used to intimidate people. And I think having John Gruden at the helm, just seeing him as a coach, that he's going up against you, I think that brings a lot of intimidation. I honestly do. Even if it's not warranted intimidation. But just he's got clout. He's got clout. And in the football is a game of minds. You gotta have something to get into the mind of the other team. And you put a dude like John Gruden down there, and he's got the clout for it. So hey, they paid $100 million for clout. Hopefully it works out for him. But I think any other coach would have been insufficient, to be honest.
I mean, with them going to Vegas, Sin City and the bright lights and all that, yeah, you kind of need
Bring out the Chucky dolls. Bring out the Chucky dolls.
Yeah, but man, $100 million? Really? Now, pressed because
it ain't tricking if you got it. It ain't tricking if you got it.
It ain't. But I was depressed because like me as a Vols fan, that's been the one dream of mine that John Gruden would just come back to Knoxville just to coach them, even if it's just 1 year. I just want him to coach. But anyways, we got a defensive minded coach and all that. But it is time. Wait, you got any more NFL news or anything? I don't think anything.
We can go.
All right.
Wild card.
Yeah, wild card weekend. Now, as you know, I ain't gonna say it because I'm gonna get torched. I ain't gonna say it. But anyways,
you're about to say my Tennessee Titans.
No. I ain't gonna say it.
Hey, kill him in the chat, man. Kill him in the chat.
I ain't gonna say it. I'm not saying it. No, you ain't about to bait me in. Nope. Wild card weekend. First game, 3:20 Central Time. Titans and the Chiefs. Now, this season has been very funny for the Titans because I was thinking, if we don't finish first, Watson was healthy. Actually, we weren't going to finish first because if Watson was going to be healthy, they could have at least second, maybe third, been like one of those divisions that got like 3 teams in the playoffs. But unfortunately, we ended up second to the Jacksonville Jaguars. But we beat twice, actually. We just beat them on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We needed that win to get into the playoffs, which we did. Just win and get in. That's all we had to do.
Hey, he's saying we, y'all. Y'all hear him saying we.
Anyways, it's not the point. Going into this game, we actually beat Jacksonville. I mean, not Jacksonville. Kansas City. We beat them off the last second.
Hold up, wait. Breaking news from NY Daily News Sports. Breaking: Bill Belichick sees an opening to coach Giants and might take it amid Patriots drama.
Whoa. Whoa.
Bruh.
Hold on now.
Bruh.
Hey, you know what?
All right, so this is what a source close to Belichick said. I'm sure Bill knows that this is his last chance to be a Giants coach. Bill sees an opening to get to the Giants.
You know what?
That might be a good move.
Get
the quarterback he wants. He can get Odell Beckham, and he can get a pretty decent defense.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
And with the number 2 pick in the draft too,
you can actually take a quarterback. You could take a quarterback.
He can get any quarterback he wants.
and just groom him behind Eli. Ooh, well, I mean, like,
Mm.
ooh.
Man,
We're
he
gonna
might
see
keep
how that
Eli.
plays
He
out.
might keep the only quarterback to ever beat him in the Super Bowl. He might keep the only quarterback to ever beat him in the Super Bowl.
Either that, or he's just gonna trade him for some draft picks, like he do with the Patriots. But
Yep.
back to this wild card game.
Okay. Whew. I
For
had to
us
drop
to
him.
win, Titans to win, because DeMarco Murray is not playing. Derrick Henry. Now I understand he just had that good of a game against Jacksonville, except for that screen pass he caught. For them to win this game, they have to establish the run game. Now I will say, we have one of the best offensive lines in the league. I'll just say top 10. That way I don't get murdered by in the comments. Top 10 offensive line. You know, we got Taylor Lewan, who's a Pro Bowl, and we had Conklin, who was an All-Pro last year. If they can get the run game going, and I would say this, if Derrick Henry eclipses 150 yards rushing and gives them 2 touchdowns at least, a bare minimum of 2 touchdowns, and Mariota can make plays with his feet, and they can actually.
You got a lot of ifs in your statements, but go ahead.
I know. Because, like I said, it's been an up and down season. If they can execute on offense, and Mariota, they can let him use his legs like they did against Jacksonville, you know, converting that key 3rd down with his legs. They can do that. The Titans will win. It's going to be close. But I say we win by a field goal once again, 27-24. You have the floor.
Yeah, you got a lot of ifs, bruh. I'm not seeing it happen. The Chiefs playing in the cold. It's going to be a run. It's going to be a run-first game. I don't see a lot of balls being thrown, and neither team has the greatest wide receivers. I mean, you do got Kelsey and Tyreek Hill,
Delaney Walker.
But you got Corey Davis over there too. But Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelsey, they need a little bit of time before Alex Smith can hit them. So if you guys pressure them, you might be able to put enough pressure on Alex Smith to force him to make some mistakes or to force the team to get conservative. And that'll be your best way to win. So, and then y'all can control the clock with the run game if y'all keep pushing them chains for us. So I'm not going to disrespect the Tennessee Titans and just say they're going to get dogged. It's going to come down to play calling, man. And I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs in this one.
You got a score?
It's gonna be low scoring. I think 21-16, 21-16, something like that.
Okay. All right. Now, this game right here, this is probably the game of the weekend. Because this game could go one of two ways. Is it going to be high scoring, or it's going to be bare minimum scoring? It is the 7:15 game between the Falcons and the Rams. Now, I'm going to give my prediction. Actually, I'm going to go and say we're going to win. I think the Rams is going to win by at least 2 touchdowns. The Rams, them and Sean McVay, who I don't know what he has done with this offense, but he has made Jared Goff and Todd Gurley look so great in this offense.
It's a mirage. It's a mirage.
Because with Fisher, oh God, we see what he did with the Titans when he was coaching them after McNair and them left. We see how that offense turned out. That was awful. He tried to turn Vince Young into a pocket passer, and that didn't work. The Rams with Goff and Gurley, who I think should be the MVP, but that's another topic, probably for next week.
Yep.
The MVP, if Goff, I want to say they might have Goff. If he can get around 250 to 300 passing yards, and Gurley has one of those games like he had a couple weeks ago against the Titans, if he has one of them games, and their defense with Aaron Donald in the middle and Tremaine Johnson and Paul Young and Alec Ogletree and Mark Barron, that defense, if they can do all that, I see the Rams winning 28-14 because obviously this ain't the same Falcons offense from last year. It's not.
Hey,
Steve Sarr.
a Shanahan red offense is definitely going to be different than without a Shanahan ran offense.
Yeah, because Steve Sarkisian, yeah, he's what he did at Alabama. That was kind of awful. But oh man, what's your take?
I honestly picked the Falcons to win. I don't think the Rams were ready. I think they had the benefit of the doubt of playing a lot of below average talent, which a lot of teams suffer for this year. I mean, you got to play your schedule with injuries and a lot of stuff that happened this year. There was a lot more teams that suck in the NFL than there were obviously good teams, like glaringly good teams. You got teams like the Lions were no good, Falcons too inconsistent, Panthers too inconsistent. Seattle Seahawks couldn't buy a bucket. They got injuries. There was just not that many great teams in the NFL this year. So I think the Rams benefited from that. I don't believe in Jared Goff yet. He's gotten bailed out multiple times by Todd Gurley, but I feel like the Atlanta Falcons, I feel like they're going to get it done. I know they got a lot of good they got some good linebackers and some good linemen that might just focus on shutting down the run game and trying to let Jared Goff beat them. And I don't think Jared Goff can beat anybody. He hasn't shown it. So my Eagles beat him. So they couldn't get it done late down the stretch. And I see the Falcons, you're going to have another triple-digit game from Julio. You're going to see the run game with the two-headed monster with Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman. I think they go off. And I have the Falcons winning 28-14.
Oh, so we got the same score, just different.
Yeah, I think the Falcons are going to surprise a lot of people. See, it's not what you do in the regular season; it's what you do when you get in the playoffs, man. So,
yeah,
the records are reset. Everybody's 0-0.
Alrighty, Sunday's games. You got the first game, and this is where I watched my fellow Conrad, Kid the Gamer, his Fade podcast. This is where I came in when I got off of work.
Yep.
Well, I was watching the Buffalo Bills versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, this game right here, oh man. When I was watching y'all's podcast and y'all was arguing, y'all right. Something's got to give in this game.
Yep.
Because you got you gonna have Tyrod versus Blake Bortles. I don't know who I'm taking in there.
Whoever makes the least amount of mistakes is gonna win this game.
And that's tough for both of them because they make a lot of mistakes.
Well, Tyrod Taylor doesn't turn the ball over a lot. He has like 4 or 5 interceptions on the season.
Well, I mean, he don't throw it that he don't throw it. And
no,
plus,
yeah,
LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah, that's a different discussion. Yeah.
And LaShawn McCoy is like their leading receiver anyway. But going into this game, I don't think LaShawn is healthy enough to play. But yeah, I think he might give it a go. Just kind of depends. But my prediction, I think Jacksonville wins, but it's going to be close. I think Tyrod will make a mistake down the stretch. Both of them are going to make a mistake.
Yeah.
But it's going to be it's one of those games where whoever has the ball last, if Bortles got the ball last, they're making a mistake.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
They're making a mistake. So if I was either one of these teams, I might consider putting on like first down to like.
You're an idiot. Yeah. He said putting on first down.
I'm putting like taking a knee with like 4 minutes left on the clock. If I got the lead, I ain't trying to lose this. And please don't let the Jags get down 10. Because good Lord, throws like Stevie Wonder. He can't see a thing.
Mm-mm.
That Titans and Jags game, that was so. Man, the Jags had so many opportunities to take the lead.
Yep.
Like, wait, they're down 10, and their only offensive score was from defense. I'm like, wait, Bortles ain't going. Nah, he ain't. And he ended up throwing a pick to kill the game, which I'm not surprised. But
Whoever has the ball last, which I think is going to be the Bills. I think the Bills will have the ball last. Tyrod's going to make a mistake and throw a pick to Jalen Ramsey, and the Jags will win.
Not Mr. Ramsey's.
Like, yeah, you tell me. Like, it's gonna be like 17-14. I don't know. Yeah, I got 17-14. It's gonna be low scoring.
Yeah, I got around the same score. I just swinging in the Buffalo Bills' favor.
That game,
Yep.
That game,
it's gonna be trash.
Because if they can stop Fournette from running,
yeah,
just that game. I mean, I give to Jacksonville. They got a good receiving core, you know, with Hearns and Robinson and who's that other receiver? Who was it? Keenan Cole.
They got D.D. Westbrook, bro.
Yeah, and D.D. Westbrook. I mean, that game just But
yeah,
last game,
it's trash.
Yeah. Last game of the wild card weekend, we have Carolina Panthers going into New Orleans to face the Saints. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you now who I got winning. And this is probably who I have coming out the NFC. I got the Saints winning this game. Now, my Super Bowl prediction, that's going to come. I got the Saints winning this game because of 4 names. Got Drew Brees. Got Alvin Kamara. No, yeah, you got Drew Brees, Mark Ingram, Marshawn Lattimore, and my boy, Alvin Kamara. Now, if you don't know why he's my boy, just look up what school he went to. That's why. I support them. I support anybody. I support them. But with Drew Brees in the playoffs, we know how Drew Brees gets down. Drew Brees can have a full day on any single defense that he can.
When's the last time he in the playoffs?
Last time he's had a good game?
When's the last time he's won the playoff game?
Was it the year they won the Super Bowl?
You know how long ago?
No. It was after that. It was when
I'm just saying he hasn't had good success in the playoffs as of late. Like
I mean, you can't have success if you don't go.
Hey, I mean, that's a good point.
They haven't had a run game since Reggie Bush.
And that wasn't really a run game. That wasn't really a good run game.
They just knew they just knew how to use them.
Yeah. But I think in a division game like this, man, I'm a fan of Drew Brees. I think he hasn't gotten the respect he deserves over his career. The dude throws for almost 5,000 yards every time he freaking steps
every single year. And he's like top 3 in like passing yards.
Yeah, and it's like the dude, and he had to leave the Chargers to do it because they tried to replace him with Phillip Rivers. It's like, come on, man. Like the dude hasn't got the respect he deserves, but I just feel like the Panthers are going to be able to control the clock. And I think they have a better defense than teams are giving them credit for. And you're going to see that. You're going to see that here this week. And I feel like we have the fun Cam Newton back. When Cam Newton's out there having fun, he plays better. And, I think the pressure's not on his shoulders. He doesn't have any good receivers, so people aren't really critiquing him that bad for his quarterback play, which I don't blame him either. I mean, you giving the dude trash and telling him to make it into freaking a full course meal. I mean, what do you expect the guy to do? So I honestly think he wins this game, but I do really like this Saints offense. I just think it's maybe one more receiver away. Like I'm a big Willie Snead fan, but he just hasn't looked the same this year. So and
Michael Thomas is looking pretty good.
Their defense is almost there too. So let's give it another year. Next year, oh man, with a full healthy NFC, it's gonna be an amazing year to watch.
Yeah, because the NFC South is I think
he's one and done this year.
Yeah, because the NFC South is a rotating door of who's going to win that division.
Exactly.
I can't remember the last time the NFC South has had a repeat winner.
It's going to be interesting, but you're going to see. I think the Panthers are going to pull it off and upset them. I honestly do.
I don't know. I got the Saints. I can't discount Breeze. I can't. I can't just. I can't go against him. He's one of those quarterbacks. Like whenever he gets to the playoffs, you can't really count against him. I can't count against Breeze in the playoffs.
All right.
But
hey, it's gonna be a good game though. It should be a good game.
It's gonna be great.
Hey, division. The third time they're playing this year. The division games, you cannot ever underestimate a division game. So we're gonna see. It's gonna be a grind, and it's gonna be the game I'm looking most forward to watching this weekend. I'm in there. I'm tuned in.
Yeah, I'll be tuned in too. I'll be tuned in on Monday night watching Georgia beat Alabama.
Oh.
But that is all I have. You have any closing remarks?
Hey, I'm just looking forward to playing either the Panthers or the Falcons next week in Philly, at home, because we got the number one. And I feel like we're getting out of that round. And I will see you when we face the Vikings. I will see you when we face the Vikings. I might even go live
you
when
really
the Eagles face the Vikings in the NFC Championship.
You really trusting Nick Foles to win you a game?
Hey, I'm trusting him not to lose this one. We're gonna play conservative, and I feel like he has to make a lot of conversions. Well, I don't even want to. I'm gonna save all this for when we get our matchup against the Panthers or the Falcons next week. I'm gonna save that.
Nick Foles?
Our matchup. I'm gonna save it.
Nick Foles?
I do appreciate you letting me on the show. It's a nice show. We gonna we gonna have to run this back, man. It's gonna be interesting to see this
Nick
all
Foles?
play out. Hey, man,
like I'm not gonna let you get away from
you
that.
You can't even talk to me until you have a team. Get a favorite NFL team and stick with them for a few years.
I do. It's the Titans. I've been a Titans fan.
I want you to get a team, ride
the
with
Titans
them for 5 years, and then you can get your team.
I've been riding with them since they came to Nashville.
You hopped off the team, and now you're back on. So now you have to get another 5 years investment.
I've been a Tennessee fan since they came to Nashville.
I am going to call it a wrap on that note, and I will be streaming some NBA 2K here shortly in maybe a half hour to an hour. I'm going to be playing with my subscribers, man, so definitely tune over to the channel Opinionated Brother on YouTube, and come kick it with your kid, man. Come kick it with your boy while we just play some playground and some walk-on, man. But
yes, I will. Yes, it was a pleasure having you on. I will leave his link to his channel down below in the description. And we out.
Until next time.